There's some other things that happened today. Did you see the Tyson Fury fight?
I saw the finish. I saw the finish, and I was talking to my boy Oscar. He said that that's absolute madness. Well, I saw like part of like the man. He said there's just these. They're absolutely mad. Like the kind of crowd that guy brings. He said someone tried to steal his laptop. Like things are going. It
What?
must be all the gypsies. Like right, he's got like a big
Exactly.
gypsy fan base.
Well, hey, I love Tyson Fury because he just makes me laugh. Like it could be the most serious fucking situation. Like
Was
he's
that when
facing
he
off
when he
against.
asked Francis Ngannou if he's got a big dick? Like that's fucking. He's big weird, bro. Like he's just
Yeah. Out of nowhere too. Just like doesn't have to do with anything that's going on.
yeah, yeah. Come
And
on, there's
Francis,
like a camera there. Like it's completely unnecessary. You're just doing this purely for your own entertainment at this point.
I think he was just trying to get a reaction out of Francis just to see if he knew what he was talking about, right?
Francis,
Just and then Francis
Francis
was
had
like, "What?"
Francis had no idea what he was on about.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Tyson, man, he's hilarious. But this fight, man, I want to see it. Me, I want to see it, and especially if they're making like this special rules thing that they're
The
talking about.
what? The what?
Special
You want
rules.
to see? You want to see what?
The special
You want to
rules.
see it? You want to see
Yeah,
it?
I want to see special rules. I want
Stop.
to see
That's
Francis
just PR,
Ngannou
right? That's just
just.
PR, right? They're,
Yeah, it
they're
is.
not
It is.
serious. They're not
It
serious.
is. It
They're
is
not
PR.
serious. Get out of here. You're the man.
I
You're
wonder
trying
what
to wind
happens
me up.
with. I wonder what happens with
I wonder
Tyson
what. I wonder
because
what happens when a boxer fights a mixed martial artist. Like, get out of here, man. We've established this. This
and
has been established.
Tyson is really trying to sell it though. Like he's really trying to. He's like, hey, we're not
Trying to
140
sell
pounders.
anything. Like he couldn't get Dillian White to come to the press conference because obviously Dillian White's pretty funny, right? Like he puts
Mhm.
tape over his mouth and says like, "You got to pay me more if you want me to speak. Take the tape off."
Yeah.
So then he does one of the oldest tricks in the book. Floyd Mayweather pulled it. Is you drop the retirement fight card. Like that's obviously the next logical step, right? You just
Mhm.
Mayweather did it for like at least 15 fights. Like when he
Mhm.
come out and he's like, "This is my last one, guys. This is my retirement fight." So everyone's gonna pay. Everyone's gonna want to watch your last fight, right? It's your
Yeah, yeah.
last fight. It's not his last fight. It's just he couldn't get Dillian White to speak and sell the fight, so he had to went to tier two, step two of selling a fight, marketing,
Mhm.
boxing, marketing, 102. That's what they do.
Well, people, someone in the chat was saying that they should just do what Rod Tang and Demetrius Johnson did. You know how
Oh,
they
silly
made those.
fight, silly fight, silly fight, just silly.
I
What
just
did
want to
you
see
think
Francis
was gonna
Ngannou.
happen? What
I
did
just
you
want to
think was gonna happen?
exactly happen what most people thought was going to happen, that Demetrius would go into the second round and choke him out, and
He
exactly what
doesn't know
happened.
any jujitsu.
Because when I went to Fairtex, right ahead of that fight, I actually went to Fairtex, the training center, last end of last year when he was preparing
In
for Demetrius Johnson, right?
Pattaya?
And yeah, in Pattaya, right? And I saw Rod Tang training, but all he was doing was he was doing Muay Thai. He wasn't. I didn't see. Well, I was only there for like 2 days, but only thing I saw him training was Muay Thai. But does have a good jiu-jitsu coach, DJ Jackson. So maybe he was ready, but I
Yeah, but
guess you
you
can't
could
be
have,
ready.
you
And
could have, you can't like this is not the Matrix. You can't just like download jujitsu and be good at
yeah,
jujitsu. Like it takes. I can understand why you just didn't even bother. Like, are you gonna get better than Demetrius Johnson at jujitsu in a couple of months? Like, no, absolute no chance. I like seeing things for fun. Like that's if we're just doing it for fun. I want the promoter to come out and just tell me it's just for fun. Let's get a sumo wrestler fight a luchador
yeah.
for fun. You know what I mean? I love a bit of fun, but let's not sit around and pretend like this is This is serious. Like Francis Ngannou fighting Tyson Fury is like a serious, like for serious, because we actually want to see what happens, right?
I do want to see what happens, Dan.
Yeah, but like in a car crash way, you want to see what happens. Not
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
yeah, not like,
Yeah.
not like I want to. Oh, I legit want to see what's better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, I
just
don't
throw a
think it's
beer.
about that.
Let's just make the cage drop down from the top, and then throw a beer in there. I would like to see that. Like I would still, if you give Francis Ngannou, Fury, and then put a cage and put a beer in there, like I will pay you good money for that too. I will give you $100 pay-per-view just to watch that. But that doesn't mean that it's a legitimate. That doesn't mean it's a legitimate activity and a legitimate. I have legitimate questions as to what's happening.
Exactly. Like, but yeah, I just want to see it in like you said, like a car crash. Not really who's better, because it doesn't. I don't think it will prove who's better because they're from totally different sports. But just put it together and make a spectacle out of it, and yeah, maybe co-main event, have a bear fight a honey badger. I don't know. Just fucking put it in there. Just something.
I'm still
But
standing by my crowd fight. Get a guy out of the crowd for context. At least that has a purpose. At least there's like a scientific purpose to pulling a guy out of the crowd and putting him in there with a UFC fighter for context. So then we have like a baseline every now and then. Remind the people at home, like, oh, that's right. These guys are not shit.
yeah. Well, there's always the guy, the just bleed guy. There's always those guys in the crowd, right?
Did you
The
see
just
the
bleed.
story about that guy? Did you not see the story? He doesn't
I've
even
heard
watch.
something.
He doesn't watch MMA anymore. My guy, the Just Bleed guy, doesn't even watch MMA anymore. He's like an accountant or something.
Yeah, I heard something like he's like some office, like
It's
regular
like the
Joe office
saddest.
worker.
It's like the saddest shit I ever heard. I've been staring at that guy for over a decade. Like, you swear that guy was still going to be a fan, right? Even
Well,
he gave up. Even he gave up.
yeah, he did
His
give
his
up on us.
his bloodlust was fooled. Like he fulfilled his bloodlust, and he moved on. He watches golf or some shit now. Like he's just completely disregarded it.
That was the pinnacle of his life, right there. Just bleed, just flexing like he's Hulk Hogan.
That took me like a couple of days to get over that. Like I was legit upset about that. I was like, if the just bleed guy can forget about us, I was like, they'll all forget about us.
That's true, man. Just bleed. Yeah, the just bleed guy, man. That's a wild story. That he looked like he was like the ultimate fan, and then just like you said, he just gave up on everybody. Just like fuck this shit. Like I can't top just bleed. Like I can't go to the next. I can't continue watching this. And every time if you do follow the sport, you just see yourself all the time because that shit comes out all the time, right? The meme or whatever, the
He
little
moved
gif
on.
of him. Yeah,
He
but
moved on. We had to let him go.